What is up, my movie fanatics? What a long day today. It is quarter to 1 o'clock in the morning, and I am filming this. I'm gonna have it up really late this evening, but this is part 3 of my spring break movie madness reviews. That is a really long title. Kind of doesn't really roll off the tongue. Anyway. So in part 2, you guys saw that I was talking about Spring Breakers. I was gonna watch that and 2 other movies today, possibly 3. Well, I only got around to watching 2 today because I had some errands to do and I was just kind of all over the place. So I only got 2, actually technically 3, if you want to include Spring Breakers. So I watched Spring Breakers, Captain Phillips, and Prisoners. So let's start with Spring Breakers. I don't know where to start with this film. Basically, it wasn't my taste. Selena Gomez and Vanessa Hudgens are in it, and those are the only 2 faces I recognized. I didn't really know the other 2 girls, but they're all friends. Selena Gomez is from like the Catholic church who prays, who's a really good, student. And Vanessa Hudgens and the 2 other girls are like they go to a different school, and they're all, kind of mischief driven girls. They're trying to save up money for spring break. They do something crazy to acquire the money. They get down to spring break. Something goes wrong. They get busted. Yeah. I don't want to say any more to give it away if you have not seen this film yet. So what is wrong with the film? Well, for me, it's just not my taste. Plain and simple. These films that are, I guess, more focused on the camera angles and the body language and the facial expressions and the very low dialogue, it's just not my type. Because in the beginning of the movie, you don't see them talk very much. It's a lot of, just sequence. And I don't know. There's just something, it bored the crap out of me. It really did. And towards the end, it picked up a little bit, because I felt like within the first hour, it really didn't have a plot. It was just kind of really jumpy. And then the girls did that crazy thing to be able to get the money to go to spring break. And then once they get to spring break, it's kind of that situation. But yeah, I don't know. I thought the acting was cheesy. I thought I don't know. It just, I understand though. I will say this. I understand why people love this film, because it's easy, and it's kind of like one of those movies that's you don't really have to think or watch or anything. It's just this is kind of what people do in today's society when it comes to spring break. And yeah, I've heard a lot of mixed opinions. I think this is one of those movies that you love or you hate. So I'm going to rate this. I'm going to have to give it a 1 on my scale. It just did not do it for me. So then today, we started off with Captain Phillips. You know what? I've said it now in part 1 and part 2. This movie shocked the crap out of me. I've seen the trailers, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't even want anything to really do. The more I watched the trailers, the more I was kind of But this movie was insane. It was nuts. I am not the biggest Tom Hanks fan, but his performance was phenomenal. I really think he nailed it, and it reminded me of old Tom Hanks. I loved him in Forrest Gump. I loved him in Castaway. I liked him in Big. I liked him in those older movies, but as he got older, I just kind of didn't like his style. But this movie brought me back to when I was yeah, I could watch Forrest Gump every day. I could watch Castaway every day, and his acting, I felt like I really knew who Captain Phillips was, or Richard Phillips is his real name. I really felt like I knew who he was, and he captured the fear like with the pirates and stuff when like when they're like I don't want to give too much away, but like the scene, when well I guess from the trailers when the pirates do get on the ship and like you can really see the fear in his eye. Like I thought his acting was phenomenal. And it was so intense. Just when you think that like what's gonna happen, it really you don't. Like something kind of just changes, and I thought it was gonna be completely like Captain Phillips just like doing everything and taking these guys down, but I was wrong. And this film was just even my girlfriend, she was like, yeah, that was good. That was a lot better than I thought. And it was just I don't know, it just something about this film just kept me locked in, and I was just like, whoa, holy crap. It was fun. It was a great film. Yeah, I have nothing else to say about that. And it was a longer movie, but it didn't feel long. It felt short to me for some odd reason. I felt like I was, you know, I don't know. And they jumped right into the action too, which I really liked. Like you got a nice little intro of who Richard Phillip was, and then it's just like, bam, stuff is going down. I feel like you knew the characters very well. They really did a good job, like of showing who they were. It just was just an all around just an amazing film, and I didn't think it was going to be good at all. And frankly, like I said, I didn't want anything to do with it. Once again, you guys proved me wrong with another amazing film. I thank you. It was awesome. 5 out of 5. That was an easy rating there. If you have not seen Captain Phillips and you want a great story with some action, some suspense, some nail biting, you check out Captain Phillips. So then, about 20 minutes ago, I just ended Prisoners. You guys weren't kidding. When I heard people say that Hugh Jackman, you saw a side of him that you never saw before, yeah, it was weird because he did an awesome job. Jake Gyllenhaal, just I like everything that he does. I like, and I'm liking him more. The more I watch him, the more I like him. But if you don't know what this movie's about, it's basically two families, and they're celebrating Thanksgiving. There's a weird old RV parked outside. The girls want to like they're neighbors, of course, and they're close friends and family. So they're like, well, they're basically family. I mean, they're so you could just tell they have that bond, the two families. And next thing you know, they went to go next or back to Hugh Jackman's house, and they can't find the girls. This was another long movie that did it for me too. Like I didn't feel like it was that long, and I've watched a lot of long movies this weekend. And those two movies didn't feel like they were long at all. But the story was just twist. Oh my god, it was so twisted. I've never. I don't know. I felt like. I think. I don't know. It felt really twisted. It was really. I tried to guess who was doing what, who was involved with what, was wrong the whole time. The acting, once again, the whole cast just blew my mind. I really like the younger kids in this, like the two girls who got kidnapped. I thought they did a really good job. You could feel like they're like when they show them and stuff. Like you can, I don't know. It's just everybody did a good job, and then Hugh Jackman's son in the film. I don't know. It wasn't like I was watching a movie. It was like I was watching the news or something. I don't know, or a documentary. Yeah, that's a good one, documentary. Once again, 5 out of 5. This movie shocked the crap out of me. My best friend recommended it to me. You guys were telling me about it. I've heard a lot of great things about it. But you guys are probably sitting there like, well, there's more on your list. Yes, there is more on my list. I have 12 Years Slave, which I definitely want to check out now. I'm really excited for that. And I have Rubber. Anyway, this was fun. So what am I going to do? Well, I didn't want to do a part 4. But because you guys asked to do like a long part 3, but I am going to do a part 4. I will have it up sometime this week. I probably tomorrow will watch Rubber, and see if I can squeeze in 12 Years Slave at night and hopefully have it up Tuesday, because I will be having my Movie News Monday video up, so keep an eye out for that. It will be longer because I want to cover the last 2 weeks instead of the last week. Yeah, good stuff, guys. So I hope you're enjoying the spring break madness as much as I am. This is fun. A lot of good feedback. I like you guys getting involved with this, and yeah, I'm loving all the good feedback, and you guys keep recommending good movies to me. And that is the end of part 3. So I want to thank you guys for joining me for this video. This is fun. It's exciting. I know I keep saying it, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. If you're new to my channel, like, comment, subscribe. I'm always looking for new movie fanatics. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at drmovie91. Also, facebook.com/drmovie91. That is a mouthful. Anyway, guys, take care and happy watching.